My name is Kelly Flotter. I'm a special education teacher for Sycamore Community Schools, and I have students transition ages 18 to 21. We are housed on the University of Cincinnati's main campus, and my students work on campus learning work job skills with the assistance of a job coach. When they are not working on campus, they are working with me on life skills, money management, social skills, and some of those soft skills and hidden curriculums. My students are typically move home with their families with hopefully a goal to live independently. I also have a role on campus where I teach a class for the TAP program, which is the students are University of Cincinnati students, and they live on campus and also work and take classes. I was lucky enough to be connected with Charting the Life course. A colleague of mine mentioned that there was a training, and a few of us signed up for it, and did a full day training, and it really inspired me. It was the first thing in a long time that I've looked at and said, I need to put this into practice now. This could change the outcome for people. I am currently using Charting the Life course in my TAP program as a curriculum. I have broken it down throughout the semester. I'm lucky enough to have the students for a full semester, and we started the very beginning of last semester looking at the Charting the Life course, that vision document. So they completed this vision document trajectory for themselves. Then they asked their parents to fill it out, and we compare and contrasted what were similarities and what were differences. My favorite story was I have a young woman who I had last semester, and at the beginning of the year, she said, I really want to stay in the Cincinnati area. She's from Cleveland. And she was really kind of devastated and distraught. She said, my parents are never going to go for this, and that's my vision, and it's not theirs. And so we started continuing instruction around this, and we talked about all of the different aspects of your life: safety, social aspects, employment. And she started sharing this information with her family, and her family started sharing back with her. And by Thanksgiving, she had told me, we've had a conversation. They're actually entertaining the thought of me staying here. I have her again this semester, and we are working on transition, and she has signed a lease. She has a roommate. She's looking for a job, and she is going to stay in the Cincinnati area. That was the best outcome that I've had so far, that families really spoke with their child, and they saw how their visions were the same, how they weren't, and what could they do to make that work for everyone. My students that I have at high school level, it is a little bit different because they are not living on their own currently, and a lot of them do plan on going home. But I have changed my practice in when I do a vision for an IEP. I send home that same sheet, the trajectory, and I'm able to get families to write those things down. I also send home this tool for developing a vision, looking at all the aspects of our lives. And then I give this to families to look at too, the Charting the Life course, the transition to adulthood. It really helps the conversation with my high school age students because the families may not have been able to process this. They're all at different points, and it gives everyone a common ground and a common language. And my favorite story of this year was I had a family that I've worked with for years. The transition coordinators worked for years with them, and they just could not wrap their brains around their child being independent. And they really had kind of a moment where they switched gears and said, I want my child to be independent and I need help. And they weren't able to do that until they had the language and they were able to get down their fears and their concerns, and then we could move forward. So I think this has been life-changing for a lot of my families. Best practice, I want to do more and more and more. I've already started to envision where next year for my high school age students, I'm taking one of these topics each month and we're diving into it and they're sharing back with families. I would also like to get families in the beginning of the school year, talk with them about this and train them a little bit about what our goals are and what their goals are for their young adults. So I am all in Charting the Life course.